everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jalen with BasicToBeauty here on YouTube, and today I will be showing you how I made this beautiful faux leather crocodile print 5-piece decorative book set using products from Walmart and the Dollar Tree. All the items used to create this DIY will be listed in the description box below, so without further ado, let's get started. Now before we begin, I do want you to know that this DIY was heavily inspired by the Hide Zebra 5-piece decorative book set that can be found on Perigold.com. And for those of you that are not familiar with this company, Perigold is a company that was established in 2017, and they sell luxury products from all styles and categories ranging from traditional furniture and decor to modern lighting, and apparently you can find some of their items being sold on Wayfair as well. And here we have the aforementioned Hide Zebra 5-piece decorative book set, and as you can see, this item was originally priced for $279.99, but it is currently on sale for only $181. It says online that this product is made up of vintage English books using dyed animal hide on the spines and coordinating covers. And although I think these books will look absolutely stunning in my living room, I could not justify that price tag. So instead, I decided to make my own version of this book set, and the best part was that it only cost me $10 to do it. So just keep on watching and I will show you how I did it. So the first thing that I did was I purchased 2 of these 6x9-inch books from the Dollar Tree, and I went with these books in particular because I liked the size of them and because they both had solid black covers. And all I did was I removed the outer covers on each book so that they would be ready for the fabric. Then I did the same thing to these 3 other books that were also purchased from the Dollar Tree, and these books measured 7 by 10 inches. Now for my fabric, I went with this beautiful silver and shiny crocodile faux leather that I purchased from Walmart for only $4.94 for half a yard, and I used my regular crafting scissors to cut out the fabric like so. Starting with the larger book first, I cut out a big rectangle piece that measured 5 by 9.5 inches so that there would be enough fabric to cover the spine of the book. And then I cut out 4 smaller rectangle pieces measuring 4 by 2 inches so that there would be enough fabric to cover all 4 covers of the book. I then repeated this same step a total of 3 times to ensure that I cut out enough fabric to cover all 3 of the larger books. Then I did the same thing with the smaller books, but this time I cut out a large rectangle piece that measured 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and I cut out 3 smaller rectangle pieces that measured 4.5 by 2 inches. And I did this a total of 2 times to ensure that I would have enough fabric to cover the covers of the smaller books. Once all of my fabric had been cut, I started working on the larger books first, and one at a time I used some E6000 glue to glue the large rectangle fabric piece to the spine of the book, and I lined it up evenly before moving on to the next step. Now of course you can use hot glue instead to do this, but I thought that the E6000 glue worked much better for positioning purposes, but you can use whichever glue you prefer. After the fabric was positioned to my liking, I then used some hot glue to glue down the flaps of the fabric so that they would look flush with the book cover. And I did this on both sides of the book by pressing the fabric back and forth with my finger while the hot glue was drying to ensure that the flaps were fully covered underneath. And any excessive glue that seeped out of the fabric, I then gently wiped off before the glue fully dried to the book. Moving on to the smaller rectangle pieces, I used some more of the E6000 glue to glue the rectangle pieces at an angle so that the corner of the book was covered evenly like so. And then, once the fabric was positioned to my liking, I then used some more hot glue to glue down the flaps of the fabric inside of the book, and I waited for the glue to fully dry before moving on to the next step. Then, just like before, I used some hot glue to glue down the flaps of the fabric to the book using my finger going back and forth until the glue dried so that the fabric will look nice and flush to the book. I then repeated the same step for all 4 corners of the book. And here is what the larger book looked like once I was all finished, and because I followed the same steps for all the books, including the smaller books, I didn't think that I needed to include all of that extra footage in this video. But here is how the smaller book turned out once I was all finished following those steps. Alright guys, and here is a second look at all 5 completed books, and I must say that this DIY was super easy to do, and for only $10 you really can get the Luxe look for less. I am very pleased with how well these books turned out, and I cannot wait to use them to decorate my home. As always, a full list of items used to create this DIY will be listed in the description box below in case you are interested in making this for yourself. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video.